So, since Neon Genesis Evangelion has been on put on Netflix I guess not that recently. It's been on Netflix, I think, a few months now. Um, but I guess sort of recently-ish. Um, I decided to start watching it. I've seen a lot of anime that I believe took some inspiration from Neon Genesis Evangelion, but I've never actually seen the original show. And since it's a classic anime, I figured I should start watching it. So I just watched episode one where Shinji and I can't remember the other girls' names. It takes me a while to learn character names, but Shinji, the main character, meets up with this girl. She's taking him to, I guess, like this military base, which is currently in the middle of fighting this gigantic, really creepy looking monster called an angel, which is an interesting name for it. So she takes Shinji there, but and like before they get there, you see the military fighting this angel. They're using like every weapon they can think of, uh, gigantic bombs. They're using everything, and nothing's working. And then you see this one dude there who appeared to have like a beard and these glasses, just sitting there. Um, and like I can't remember that character's name either. But I've seen him before in like AMVs and other things. And so he's at this military base, and they're saying he's been developing this whole weapon system to fight these angel things, since none of the standard weapons seem to be working, I guess. So Shinji gets there. He just shows up because his dad, who is the dude with the beard and the glasses, wanted him to show up, and they're just like, "Hey, son, how you doing? There's a giant monster attacking everyone. Get in the fucking robot and fight it." And he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" So yeah, he literally hasn't seen his dad in like 3 freaking years. Uh, and he's seeing his dad for the first time in 3 years, and his dad's just yelling at him to get in this robot and fight a giant monster. So yeah, like he refuses to do it at first. So then they're just like, um, you know, they're like, fine, and they try and get this other girl who can pilot this thing. But the problem is that she's injured like really badly. The one thing I'm not really totally understanding is why there's only certain people who can apparently pilot this robot, but I'm sure that's going to be explained later. Um, but she's like injured from her last battle, I guess. And the reason they called Shinji there was he's like, I guess, their backup pilot, despite the fact that he didn't really know that he was their backup pilot. But yeah, he sees her and she's all injured, and realizes this monster thing is just gonna destroy everything, and he's like, "All right, fuck it, I'll get in." But yeah, I guess he was pretty much forced into a situation where he literally had to, and like I just feel like I immediately feel bad for the main character. Like there's all these memes about like I guess the main character being kind of a coward or something like that, and it's like Fucking, how would you feel in that situation? Like Shinji just shows up, and then out of nowhere, everyone's just like, "Get in the robot, Shinji." I don't know why I'm having such a hard time saying his name. Um, but yeah, I feel really bad for the main character here. So there's that. And yeah, I guess we don't know that much. It was sort of just introducing me to the world there in that episode, which I guess occasionally gets attacked by angels. Yeah. So there's also the girl. I know the girl who like drove him there is gonna be an important character later. Like I've seen all these characters. I've just never actually like. I've never seen the actual show. The only thing I've known about the show before now is that it's supposedly pretty dark, um, and involves giant robots. It's a mecha show. But that one the one girl who was like driving him there, I don't know. She was like, I like how she like was sort of like when they first started telling him to like get in the robot. She was like kind of siding with him. Like, geez, that's like a huge ask of him. Like he just got here. But then like this angel thing starts getting, I guess, closer to where they are. And then she just looks at him. She's like, "Okay, get in the robot, Shinji." Also, the robot seemed. I guess the robot. Like another part of me is kind of wondering like why these robots necessarily need pilots, because it seemed. I mean, I don't know much about the show so far, but it seemed like the robot, um, like when a bunch of rubble fell and almost crushed Shinji, it seemed to like act on its own to save him. So I'm wondering if like it, I don't know. I guess the robot has, to a small degree, a personality of its own. I don't think it's going to be talking at any point in the series. I doubt that, but it has some level of, um I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. Autonomy, I guess. So that's interesting. And then when he gets in the cockpit, it fills with this like liquid stuff, but he can breathe it because, yeah, apparently it will deliver oxygen into your bloodstream or something. But yeah, I guess I've seen shows, I've seen mech stuff. I mean, at a small degree, like just with the whole like mech genre, it's kind of making me think of the movie Pacific Rim, which was an okay movie. Um, I'm not saying like Evangelion is just okay. I've only seen one episode, but it's like in that movie, you need two pilots for a single mech to work properly, and it's just kind of seems like that's the one. I know you got to suspend your disbelief in shows, but in some of these mech shows where like only specific people can pilot a robot, or you need two people to pilot a robot, and things like that, I kind of just think to myself like, well, why did they design it like that? But maybe there is going to be like an actual reason for that revealed later in the series. Um, I don't know yet, but yeah, I'm really excited to watch more. I'm gonna probably make some more videos of just like my initial, just quick reactions to Evangelion. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.